Good evening, ladies and gents, how you all doing? So getting into PC gaming can be pretty intimidating, but that's why I'm here with this series, to try and help as many of you break into the market. And this time around we're going to be looking at whether you should buy a pre-built system or spend the time building your own. So there are loads and loads of different builders of computers out there these days, big companies and people doing it in their bedrooms, all of which usually charge a fee, which is usually included in the price to actually source the parts, put them all together and then get the system ready for potential buyers. I know personally I was always worried about building my own computer, and so bought a pre-built computer from a company about 5 years ago. The system served me well, all of the parts lasted, and it was a decent pre-built system which never really presented me any problems. For the price though, I always felt like I was having to upgrade it with new parts like SSDs and RAM sticks a lot sooner than I should have been for the price I paid for it. Unfortunately, that is the case with a lot of pre-built systems, unless you're very lucky and find someone like a friend or someone you know to do you a deal and build one for you for cheap, like a high-end build for pretty cheap, one that you wouldn't be needing to upgrade. Now, don't get me wrong, again, it was decent and played the games at the time on about medium settings such as Skyrim and others around at that time, and I was happy with that until about 8 months after buying it and it started to lag behind a little. This was about the time I started YouTubing as well, and I really started noticing a bit of a slowdown with it. Recording whilst playing really does hit your system hard, but I know not everyone does YouTubing, and so this would only affect you if it did. Now, building a system sounds a lot scarier than what it actually is. It turns out to be a lot more fun than what it sounds. Researching, sourcing, putting together and then installing the stuff you want and not the stuff being put on by the company you're buying from. I spent weeks and weeks looking through different parts, looking at different comparison websites, comparing the parts and then finally ordering and putting them all together. The beauty of it was I knew I was getting all of the parts from probably the cheapest of places like Amazon. I was covered by Amazon for all the purchases if any did go wrong, and any problems I had putting it together would have been covered by at least one, if not 100 people on YouTube who do system building. Although I had a bit of a nightmare putting the CPU cooler on the CPU, mainly through my own impatience and not lining the holes up properly the first time, I absolutely loved putting together my PC and wish I had the opportunity to do it more often. Getting all the parts I wanted, putting them together and then pressing that power button to see the machine bloop and whirl into life was an absolutely amazing feeling and achievement for someone too petrified, too scared to build a system before. The only thing I regret is not doing it sooner. Now with my pre-built, I know exactly what is in there, how old the parts are and what stress it's been under, so I know when I need to start thinking about upgrading or changing parts. And although my terrible cable management aside, I know exactly how to go about changing the parts when needed, as I'm the one that's put them in there. Through the years I had always changed graphic cards, RAM sticks, hard drives, but never experienced changing CPUs or putting coolers on or installing motherboards, and now with that experience I'm half tempted to start my own PC building company. Bottom line, pre-built computers are fairly decent and will serve you well, but you are paying a fee for the convenience of the system already being built for you. Although you're never entirely sure what's inside it or on it software wise until you crack it open or turn it on for the first time. Braving the building of your own, you know exactly what's in there, what's on there, and like me, you'll probably find a newfound enjoyment in building computers and seeing them come to life with all of their lights, bleeps and buzzers starting up. You'll also more than likely save yourself a fair bit of money whilst increasing massively your knowledge of everything computing. Brave the builder, I say, research all the different parts, get the parts and go for it. You will not regret it, and it is definitely nowhere near as scary as you are making it out to be for yourself. I promise you, I really do wish I had done it sooner. So I hope this video has helped you, and I hope this series is starting to break you slowly into the idea of jumping into PC gaming. Promise you, once you make that leap, you will never ever go back. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, if you like this video, please do leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please leave a thumbs down, but either way, please leave a comment below telling me what you thought and if there's anything you want to see me talking about in the future. As always though guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it's helped a few of you out, and I will catch you in the next one.